committed in front of each and every one of us. And I'm so glad that you guys are here in support of these children. They matter deeply to me. I've got 2 elderly children in their 20s. I've no grandchildren. I'm just glad that I'm here and that we've got voices here. We've also got Richard Lucas here of the Scottish Family Party. Richard's got more knowledge on the crimes being committed by the Scottish Government, and Nicola Sturgeon, who refuses point blank to withdraw these surveys. She is committing crimes against our children. Nicola does not have children of her own. They've labelled this a health and well-being. Well, if this is health and well-being, I don't want to know what perversion is, because this is paedophilic perversion. I'm just looking at the depth of people right up the back there and out the front and crowding in, and I really feel touched that you have come along here to give us the backing that we badly require. Now, there are some people here today, also tonight also. Wee Mandy, tremendous help. She's brought along, Mandy's brought along the actual survey itself, as well as some other literature. I'm quite nerve-wracked. I didn't think I would be, but I'd be half before I came up here tonight.
You're doing brilliant.
Aye, I'm going to charge you a boundary. So many, no doubt, follow my Facebook page, and I'm very grateful. Of course, it's went rather bonkers this week, and I've had, on top of an awful lot of encouragement, I've had an awful lot of criticism. I've had people badgering me, people coming on and trying to turn the Scottish Government's crime into my crime, and I just don't accept it. It's as simple as that. It's all about the children of Scotland. It's not about me, it's not about Steve Pollard. It's not about Eileen Dempsey, who is a former teacher, retired now. Eileen's here with 2 offers from 2 retired headmasters. So we've got professional people who have dealt with children here. And again, I'm very, very proud. How many of you follow my Facebook page anyway? Because you raise your hands. If you don't raise your hands, I'm coming up to see you. I know Richard Lucas has only started following my Facebook page, but he knows better. Really great to see you all here. The sad part of it all is that police have approached me to tell me there's a problem with COVID in the station. Now, it happens to be that we're going to do something in here tonight that the Scottish Government aren't doing with us. We're going to show respect, we're going to show dignity, and we're going to act in a civil manner towards police and each other, because we've got respect not only for the children but for one another. And so therefore the police have said that we're either going to give a statement in my taxi or in a police van. Will not be getting into the police office. So we're told that, and we'll just need to accept it. There's not much we can do, but that does not mean we can't make the complaint, because I want the complaint made tonight, not tomorrow. I want to put an end to Nicola Sturgeon treating our children cheaply and stopping now. So many people to thank that have come along. An awful lot of faces I don't know. You don't know my ugly face anyway, on Facebook of course, but it's just a pleasure to be here. I've been, in recent times, the people that do follow me will realise I have been very critical of Glasgow. And I've took a lot of stick for that. Nobody loves Glasgow any more than me. The only reason I've been given stick to Glasgow is the state that Glasgow's in. Once again, due to the SNP in Glasgow, they simply don't care about our city. So therefore, I felt compelled not to brush the rubbish and the rats to the pavement around the bridges, but to actually bring it out in the open. Because Glasgow certainly required more of a spruce up for COP26. You may have seen me on television and STV having a go at Colin Edgar, who's the, I don't even know who he is. That's how insignificant he is. But listen, he's on 98 grand a year to talk a lot of mince. At least what I do for my city's done for my heart. He is a nothing, collecting 98 grand a year out the taxpayer's pocket. I'm touched to see you all. I really genuinely am. I'm rather nervous, and I hope you realise I'm not a professional speaker unless I'm in my taxi talking to one person. So I'm going to pass you on to Richard Lucas, who is going to say a few words, maybe more than a few, hopefully more than a few, because this man has got the knowledge to bury Nicola Sturgeon in the RSHP. I would ask you all to tune in to the Scottish Family Party.
I was just thinking about you, where's Sandy?
I would ask you all to tune in to the Scottish Family Party in Richard's videos, because it was a couple of years ago I was sent a link to the banana and Nutella video link, and I've never seen anything so disgusting. I was in a state of shock when I read this. An illustration of a banana dipped into Nutella chocolate as they're talking about anal sex.
So on the back of the booklet.
Now, I know it's disgusting. It is utterly disgusting that children have been sent this. And Richard's got them inside out. He's got the knowledge. He's got the words. He's got the intelligence. He's a former teacher. He's a leader of the Scottish Family Party. And I'm going to welcome Richard up onto this stage just now. Before I go, I want to say once again, thanks to each and every one of you for coming along here and caring about the Scottish children. It's an absolute pleasure to talk to you.
I don't want to get that so live, you know, who you actually going to. She's got the two big posters.
Now, somewhere in Glasgow Council, there'll be a room that says Child Protection Department. That's not the Child Protection Department. You're the Child Protection Department.
You can't be holding that live on him. You can't be holding that live on him for me after you're alone and bring her room.
Things they can do what they like in this sort of area, and just no one will mind, and it'll just float on by, and people don't really care. Well, they're getting a shock here, aren't they? They're going to see pictures, they're going to see your lovely faces, and they're going to think, oh, maybe this is not such a good idea after all. Now, I publicised this event. Steph's little thing there, you know, Glasgow Cabbie, and someone put a comment underneath straight away. They said, oh, you think a cabbie knows more than all the academics and professionals, do you? And I replied, yes! Of course I do. Anyone with decent values would realise that. If you want to find the truth, if you want to find decency, integrity, you don't go to the professionals and the academics in this sort of area. You go to ordinary people, because that's where there's still some decent values. Now, when it comes to the experts and the professionals, I find that these days, when it comes to the experts, there seems a pretty fine line between experts and perverts. And I don't say that lightly. I mean, the man who's in charge of sex education at the government's resources in Scotland, Dr. Colin Morrison, doctor, he's got a PhD, he wrote a dissertation. What did he write about in his dissertation? The need to break down the barrier between childhood and sexuality. The need to break down the barrier between childhood and sexuality. He's the expert. He's been appointed by the Scottish Government to bring us the sex education resources. You couldn't make it up, could you? No. It's unbelievable. One of the big problems we have in this area is we say to people, this is what's going on, here are the images, here are the pictures, and people say, no, surely not. You're making it up, you're exaggerating. You're just trying to shock people. It's the truth. It's the truth. It's what's going on in schools. So this survey in particular, the survey is the tip of the iceberg. I'll talk about the iceberg in a minute. Let's talk about this survey, tip of the iceberg. What's the problem with it? For start, if you're there, you know, 14-year-old girls, you've got these different options. You know, how often have you had sex? When did you have sex? What sort of sex? So if you're thinking the none, you'll be thinking, oh, I'm really out at the extreme here. seems like everyone else is. I'm having to tick the none at all box. I feel a bit of a weirdo doing this. Then you get to the other questions, types of sex. I mean, I'm sure most parents will be thinking they're really hoping their kids at that sort of age are not having sex at all, probably. But they're being asked about vaginal sex, and anal sex has to come in at every point as well. Normalise. So the message to children in Scotland, just the same, take your pick, equivalent. I've heard from 2 GPs in Edinburgh, 2 GPs, totally independently, saying that they're having teenage girl after teenage girl coming to see them, basically injured by anal sex. But the message of the SNP is, it's all fine, go ahead, it's great, all the same, don't worry about it. As long as you consent, the other person consents, that is all fine. But maybe, we're not quite as progressive and open-minded as they think. I mean, how many fathers are thinking, yeah, that's what I want my daughter's teaching. Anal sex, that's just fine. Let's make fun of it, let's jolly, dip the banana in the Nutella. If that's what you feel you want to do, that's all fine. How many fathers are thinking that for their daughter? Not many, but the SNP thinks the opposite. Now, as I say, the survey is the tip of the iceberg. The sex education of what children are taught is the bigger issue, in my view, much bigger. I said about the anal sex, other things as well. I hate talking about these things. If someone had said to me 10 years ago, you're going to be standing talking to a group of people in Glasgow about these things, well, I'd never even have heard of them. And I'd have thought, surely not. But they teach children about, again, I hate talking about this, I mean rimming, licking the anus as a sex act. They teach it in school.
Yeah, the book that they were when they put in the schools about all that and all the different nerve endings and all that in the bum.
Yep.
Absolutely the
I mean, they show a video saying that basically anal sex is probably better, feels better. But I mean, really, to me, that's just disgusting. It's a perversion of sexuality.
They're obsessed.
In Scottish schools,
They're obsessed.
there's this sort of sex, this sort of bondage.
No, I think that's me.
They make like a bondage, a picture of a chicken all strung up together. As I mean, lots of people try bondage. But is that really a healthy message for teenagers? I don't know.
That's it there, give him that.
Even at the beginning of secondary school, the message is pornography, that's fine. Nothing to feel guilty about.
That's just the primary school way stuff.
Masturbate, pornography, that's perfectly normal. Don't let anyone make you feel guilty about that. But what is going on? I hope you all got one of these leaflets. There's some more down here. I'm embarrassed to give these out. I mean, this image here of, I don't even want to stand here with it, like female genitalia. That's shown in primary schools. Imagine the class there, boys and girls, 10, 11-year-olds. This is up on the whiteboard, labelling the different parts of it. I mean, it's sickening, but it's what's happening. I mean, well, we're not here to talk about the transgender, but again, the idea that people can change gender, and the guidance is if they say, no, I don't want mum and dad to know, then mum and dad don't know. The school will keep it secret. It's just so wrong. It's so wrong. Yeah, that's what the SFP is doing. So what's going on here at school? It's not education. It's half indoctrination. And it's corruption. It's corruption. It's taking children who maybe know their parents have got really good values, their parents know how they want to bring them up, they know how they want them to behave. Well, the SNP and the Greens, obviously, are even worse. They're thinking, we know better than those parents. Those parents are a bit thick, they're amateurs, they're old-fashioned. We need to get the proper message to children, and the message to children is that sort of debauchery that I've just been outlining.
It's because they're Satanists. That's why.
Well, I'll say something about that. I said Colin Morrison, in charge of the sex education resources, his sidekick, that has performed in a sort of Satanist band with Satanist imagery. I mean, I'm not saying it's full of Satanists, but as it happens, the other man involved in it is seems to be quite interested in satanic imagery. Let's put it that way. So what are we going to do about it? Well, you're all doing something. You're at the leading edge of doing something about this in Scotland. As the Scottish Family Party, but this is one of our big things. I've written a book about it. It's a pretty substantial book, Corrupting Young Minds. If you want a copy of this, just see Neil here. Give him an email address or a phone number or something. We can get one to you. We've run out tonight, I think. But make sure you get one of these leaflets. Show it to other people. And when people say, nah, I don't believe that, they're making it up. Say to them, I can understand that. It is hard to believe that this is what's going on in the schools of Scotland. But take them online, get this book, show them the links, show them that it's true, and then we can start the fight back. Because remember, who's the real Child Protection Service in Glasgow and in Scotland? Yeah. It's us. You're right. Okay, so thanks very much for inviting
I did say to you that Richard's got the knowledge. The man has got the SNP taped back to front, and there's no pun intended there. He is genuinely hurt by the SNP, as are all of you, and that's the reason you have come along here tonight. Each and every one of us are hurt by the way our children have been treated. I don't want to babble on tonight. I've just seen two crazy women that I know there. So I always thank them for coming along. They used to say I'd been a bar a long time ago in Bailison. Just as well I love them. They always give me a wee free drink. I'm not going to keep going on and on here again tonight. What we wanted to do, the whole idea was to bring you along and hope that you would come along. You've come along in your droves. And from there, we'd hope to enter the police office again. That's not possible. We will make the complaint one way or another, and it will be outside the police office, because I want this complaint in and I want it made. And I want Nicola Sturgeon to feel the pain and feel the pressure that she's putting under. Nicola Sturgeon is putting children under immense pressure, and that pressure will come out in the parents. A lot of people think, and it's been said in my Facebook page, that I should be thankful to Nicola Sturgeon. Nicola Sturgeon was first to bring my poetry to the fore. She was first to put me on television through my poetry. And I was grateful. I didn't know the woman.
No, she was looking for your boat, that was all.
She wasn't looking for my body, I'll tell you that. But I don't want to drag this out too long. I want to thank you all for coming along here. We are going to make our way to see the police, and we're going to make our complaint, and we're going to make it tonight. And I would just ask you all to please keep a wee eye out on the Facebook page, the Glasgow Cabbie page. We'll keep you absolutely updated on what's happening. I know that it matters to you greatly, it matters to me, but it also matters that I get the information to you guys as soon as I get the information. So whenever I get information, whether it be for police or hopefully the Scottish Government, although Nicola Sturgeon's known for backtracking, well, 10 councils in Scotland of 32 councils have rejected these surveys, these perverted surveys. These councils have done the right thing. These councils care about Scottish children, or the children of Scotland. So, yes, shame of the 22 others. It's time, and no doubt Glasgow accepted these surveys. I don't even like calling them surveys without mentioning the word perversion. But I'm going to let you guys disperse tonight. Thank you all once again for coming along. It's been absolutely fantastic to see as many of you, back in the kids. The kids couldn't come here. I see some kids, and that's okay. Yes, but it was up to us, the adults, to stand up for our children. It's not a matter for kids, it's a matter for every concerned adult, whether the kids or don't have kids, in this country, to stand up for the children. So, I'm going to let you make your own way home, folks. I would like to wish you a fantastic night. Thank you for coming along. Be safe. And thank you.